Welcome to Star Technology 5G. In the last video, we studied how to interface 3-dot matrix display. In today's video I will show you what is character LCD and how to use character LCD. Let's start the video. Please subscribe to the Star Technology 5G and click on the bell icon. Character LCD. An LCD is an electronics display module that uses liquid crystal to produce a visible image. This component is specifically manufactured to be used with microcontrollers, which means that it cannot be activated by standard IC circuits. It can display all the letters of alphabet, Greek letters, punctuation marks, mathematical symbols, etc. It is also possible to display symbols made up by the user. Figure below showed the standard character LCD. Character LCD 16:2. The 16:2 LCD display is very basic module commonly used in microcontroller projects. The 16:2 LCD screen can display 2 lines with 16 characters each line. Every character consists 5:7 or 5:10 dot matrix. Figure below shows standard 16:2 LCD. It has 2 lines LCD. Line 1. Line 2. Each line has 16 characters. Feature of 16:2 LCD module. Operating voltage is 4.7 volts to 5.3 volts. Current consumption is 1 mA without backlight. Alphanumeric LCD display module, means can display alphabets and numbers. Consists of 2 rows and each row can print 16 characters. Can work on both 8 lines and 4 lines mode. It can also display any custom generated character. Available in green, blue backlight. 16:2 LCD pin configuration. Pin number. Function. Name. Logic state. Description. Pin 1, ground. VSS, ground. Pin 2, power supply. VDD, power supply 5 volt. Pin 3, contrast. VEE, 0 to VDD. Pin 4, RSRS, if logic 0, select command register. If logic 1, select data register. Pin 5, read-write, RW, if logic 0, write data to LCD. If logic 1, read data from LCD. Pin 6, enable. E, if logic 0, access to LCD disabled. If logic 1, normal operating. If from 1 to 0, data commands are transferred to LCD. Pin 7, data and command. D0, bit 0, is a least significant bit. Pin 8, data and command. D1, bit 1. Pin 9, data and command. D2, bit 2. Pin 10, data and command. D3, bit 3. Pin 11, data and command. D4, bit 4. Pin 12, data and command. D5, bit 5. Pin 13, data and command. D6, bit 6. Pin 14, data and command. D7, bit 7, is a most significant bit. Pin 15, backlight. VCC, positive supply 5 volt. Pin 16, backlight. VSS, ground. LCD contrast. Display contrast depends on the power supply voltage and whether messages are displayed in 1 or 2 lines. For this reason, varying voltage 0 to VDD is applied to the pin marked as VEE. A trimmer potentiometer is usually used for this purpose. Some of the LCD displays have built-in backlight, blue or green LEDs. When used during operation, a current limiting resistor should be serially connected to one of the pins for backlight power supply. As shown in figure. Here is the contrast pin of the LCD. And this is variable for adjust LCD contrast. Here are backlight pins. If you want to use backlight, then you need current limiting resistor. LCD commands. Here are LCD commands. Command RS, RW, D7, D6, D5, D4, D3, D2, D1, D0. For clear display on LCD, RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 to D1 are logic 0 and D0 pin is 1. This command clear data on LCD. For cursor home RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 to D2 are logic 0, and D1 pin is 1. For entry mode set, RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 to D3 are logic 0, D2 pin is 1, D1 pin is I over D, D0 is S. If I over D is logic 1, increment by 1. If I over D is logic 0, decrement by 1. If S is logic 1, display shift on. If S is logic 0, display shift off. For display on off control, RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 to D4 are logic 0, D3 pin is 1, D2 pin is D, D1 is U and D0 pin is B. If D is logic 1, display on. If D is logic 0, display off. If U is logic 1, cursor on. If U is logic 0, cursor off. If B is logic 1, cursor blink on. If B is logic 0, cursor blink off. Cursor / display shift, RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 to D5 are logic 0, D4 pin is 1 and D3 pin is D over C, D2 is R over L, D1 and D0 are X. If D over C is logic 1, display shift. If D over C is logic 0, cursor shift. If R over L is logic 1, shift right. If R over L is logic 0, shift left. Function set, RS, 0, RW, 0, pin D7 and D6 are logic 0, D5 pin is 1 and D4 pin is DL, D3 is N, D2 is F, D1 and D0 are X. If DL is logic 1, LCD interface in 8-bit mode. If DL is logic 0, LCD interface in 4-bit mode. If N is logic 1, display in 2 lines. If N is logic 0, display in 1 lines. If F is logic 1, character format 5 by 10 dots. If F is logic 0, character format 5 by 7 dots. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the Star Technology 5G. And keep watching Star Technology 5G.